Hello, 안녕하세요. This is Ava at Glow with Ava, and thank you so much for joining me on my channel today. So this is a finished look using the Laneige Neo Cushion. This was the latest makeup launch from Laneige this summer, and I did a full review on comparing the Pink Glow and the Neo Matte Cushion in my previous video. So if you want the full comparison, then make sure to go check out that video. And today's video is a follow-up from that video to tell you guys and show you guys how to best use this cushion to get the most out of it for that perfect, natural, dewy, glass skin, glowy look. So without further ado, I'm gonna jump straight in to see how we achieve this. So as for skin prep, I have all my skin prep done, including SPF, but for today's purposes, I'm gonna end it at the SPF and didn't include any kind of primer. So this is my clear bare face, and we're gonna start using the Neo Matte Cushion. So as for shading, I do have shade 17N, which seems a lot lighter than the normal 21, 23. This was unique because they did have a 17, and I asked them at the store whether that means that it would be much lighter, but they said that if you normally wear 21, you can totally wear 17. It just makes your face complexion a little bit more brighter. It's not necessarily the fact that it's going to be lighter than 21, but it is slightly on a brighter shade. So in anticipation of the fact that I'm not going to be going out and still quarantining the rest of the year, I'm probably going to get a lot more pale. So I did want to get something that is on a lighter side, but does have that more of a brightening factor to it. All right, so you guys probably saw in my previous video, but this is what it looks like inside, and it comes with a puff like this. I already used a significant amount, so it's a little dirty, but I do want to showcase a very unique part about this Laneige Neo Matte compared to the pink one, because the pink one doesn't have a puff like this. So I'll just show you guys what the puff looks like. This is the pink one, and it just looks like your standard puff with nothing inside. But the Neo Matte Cushion, the puff that it comes with, has like these little holes in it, and that just means that it allows your cushion to be absorbed even better into your skin, because when you kind of apply it, the foundation goes in through these holes and helps absorb little corners of your skin. So that is what is very unique about this one compared to the Pink Glow one. I've seen a lot of tutorials, and I've also experimented a ton on my own skin using different techniques, and this is the best technique that helps your skin look super natural but also has that coverage that you want. So with the tip of your cushion like this, not the entire one, hence why the bottom part is pretty white, and I only use the top part and then use the middle to like kind of blend it in. So with the tip of it, you just kind of use it, pump it in twice. That is all you need. So once again, it's going to look like this, and then you start applying on the skin. So just with the tip, you kind of just like applying it, dabbing it in small parts, and then kind of using that to apply for your entire face. So 2 little pumps, and use only the tip of it to dab it like this. You're not using the entire puff, okay? Only using the tip to kind of dab it in all parts of your face. And that may seem like a little, but this is key and crucial to making sure that your makeup doesn't look cakey at all. And also with this cushion, I wouldn't really necessarily worry about your makeup looking too cakey unless you're like reapplying it a few hours later. But the unique thing about this one compared to a lot of other cushions is that it is extremely lightweight. And because it is a little bit more lightweight, the coverage isn't as full coverage as some of your other cushions, like the Hera one or the Luna cushion and all of that. But I kind of like the fact that this isn't as full coverage, but still lets your skin breathe a little bit. At the same time, it does have pretty good coverage, and the most unique thing about this cushion is the fact that it doesn't smudge off, especially when we are wearing masks these days. And in my previous video, I did a little experiment with a tissue and mask as well, and really has good smudge proof and sweat proof abilities. So as you saw, I'm just like literally using the 2 pumps over and over all over my skin. And the more you pat it in, the more natural it becomes. It's not going to like smudge off on this puff at all. You just kind of let that spread through your entire face. But if you don't like using a puff like this, or if this got dirty and you want to use something else, then another technique you can use is using a foundation brush like this. It's also important to use something that is pretty slim like this, so that when you apply on this, it kind of doesn't absorb too much, but still gives a nice natural cover. So what I did is I just applied a little bit on this just to show you guys what it kind of looks like. And then you can kind of, you know, spread that over. So if you want a little bit more coverage than just 2 pumps with that, then you can use a foundation brush like this to get a lot more coverage. And 2 layers, it is pretty buildable on my part, but what I did realize is that if I try to like reapply my makeup like 3, 4, or 5 hours later, then that's when I realized I can get a little bit cakey and doesn't apply as smoothly like this, because right now, even if I apply the second layer right after, it still gives me that kind of glass skin like look. So compared to the other pink glow one, this definitely has more of that matte finish. It's not like super glowy, but still it's lightweight enough to the fact that your skin is still looking pretty dewy. The coverage is there, and it's not going to hide all of your little blemishes like this and this. So if you do want to hide darker blemishes like that, definitely go in with a light concealer over it. Don't expect it to, you know, cover up all your dark circles, but a technique that I did find is that if you do only have this and want more of the coverage, then use this kind of brush or a smaller brush to hide your dark circles, blemishes. And if you do it like the third layer, then it does a pretty good job of doing that as well. So once again, with a foundation brush like this, you can just kind of glide it all over, and it still gives you a very, very, very smooth finish. Last thing I want to cover is that with this little puff that it comes with, this is a lot better than a lot of, you know, other puffs that cushions come with. So typically with other cushions, I like using a brush, separate brush like that, especially when it comes to, you know, covering up your pore areas. But with this one, it does, you know, it does a pretty good job, because you can kind of like bend it in and then cover up your pores or like blemishes around your nose. So that is good. But if that isn't enough for you, especially in the summertime, I've been dealing with a lot of large pores and all of that. So that's when you use an angled brush like this. So this is a new brush that I got in Korea. You can also get it on Amazon. I'll link it down below. But as you can see, it is pretty angled, and with this side of the brush you can really kind of like target this area. So I'm going to show you guys how you do it. Once again, with the brush, you only dip it in, you know, once or twice. That's it. And then go in slowly like this. Ooh, that may have been a little too much too, but you get the idea. Like that. And then that's when this kind of brush is great, because you kind of like slide it upwards and then slide it out towards your cheek area, and then blend that further out, just so that it doesn't look too streaky and unnatural. I love the brush. This feels so soft. And once you use an angled brush like this, like your pores are pretty much gone. Looks so good, like that. And then if you have other areas that you want to kind of target, like under your eyes like this for your dark circles, you can do that. But I found this brush is the best for kind of more targeted control with your cushion. And because this is slightly more of a lighter shade for me, I do like going with a very light contour, just so that my face looks a little bit more defined and natural. So my favorite contour that I've been using is this YSL all over glow powder. So you can use this as like a more of like a all over glow powder, but I like using this more as like a natural contour around here. So this is what it looks like inside. Very beautiful. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and then with a big brush like this. This is a brush from Sephora that I got years ago, but still one of my favorites to do this. And then kind of naturally go in like that all across. And then by doing that, it gives you super natural contour. It looks like it's a perfect no makeup look. It's not heavily contoured at all. You can barely tell. But if you compare from the slide before, I use this, my face does look a little bit more defined, maybe a little smaller. And also with this whole look, you can use it with this cushion as well, using the same exact technique. But if you use this one, your face may look a little too dewy and glowy. If you don't like too much of that glow, then that's when I would go in with a translucent powder or like a powder like this. This is from NARS, kind of like spot treat certain areas. This one is more of a matte finish, so I personally think this is the perfect amount of shine that I want for a daily makeup. I'm just going to show you guys using a brush like this. You can kind of target like maybe your nose area if you don't want it to be too shiny, like that, and that's it. If you want to see the whole wear test, you can go to my other video where I compare the two ones. But if you do want slightly more of an extended, lasting power, then I go in with a separate powder over certain areas. But honestly, like the finish of this is kind of like a powdery finish. It's not like your typical foundation heavy kind of finish. It's extremely lightweight, so it just feels like you have like a tinted powder over your face. It's extremely lightweight, perfect for the summer, but also throughout the fall and winter season as well. All right, well, thank you so much for watching my Laneige cushion tutorial. If you want to follow for more beauty tips, skincare tips, how to get that glow, then make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and also subscribe to my channel. All right, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time.